Welcome back to Pirate Radio Broadcast, week number 2 of Madden football. Oh my gosh, how dry I am.
EA Sports to the game. NFL Preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Colts and the Vikings, next on Madden NFL 22. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis, direct to the inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out. The locker room, we're ready for football, folks. Now the throw on first down. It's caught on the right side of Smith. Yeah, he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
See the
offense that was in need of an infusion of youth and speed, and that's what they got. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Cousins. Pass incomplete. So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to put a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot. So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for? What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes, or are they starting to look like a good offensive football team? Now Cousins. Not sure how he's feeling. Defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack? You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive end, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently during the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket. That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, Cousins. Smith Jr. But he is out of bounds, but not before it's inside. Nice and freeze for just a split second. That's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end. Territory. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. The result here, a pickup of 8. Leads it with 2 to go on 2nd down. And that's right here early on. They got to take a great play call to realize you don't establish a guy of this caliber works like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Take a look at the roster. You got Matt Ryan, Nick Foles, Achlinger, Kirk Cousins, Kellen Mond, Sean Mannion, Dalvin Cook, Alexander, Keeney, Taylor, Lindsey, who was with the Texans before, Hines, and you got some players that have been released but are on standby. Wilkins, Doyle, Fisher, Thomas, Groom, Tariq Cohen, former Chicago Bear, Johnny Dixon, Flowers, Walker, Rhodes, Nelson, Willis, Fulton, Shell, Davis, Carey, TV, Hunt, Everett, Jake, Campbell, Rowland, Carter, Glasgow, Moore, Nelson, Deshaun Hall, Ridley, Ham, Barber, Dillon, Alice Collins, Knight, Kennedy, Smith, Gladney, you got some talent here who can be activated to other positions. Not bad to them. You got the receiving core for the Vikings. For the Colts. Not bad.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. Quite the opening drive march there on that down. It's another one we saw the last part of the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice.
And the offensive line. You got Smith, Pryor, Hunt, Nelson, Kelly, Pinter, Fries, Darisaw, Cleveland, Davis, Bradbury, O'Neal, Davis, Reed, Uduh, Hinton, Brandel, Austin, Cole, Tyman Harris. Not bad them.
You go through your offensive script, you go through your play call, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And for the defense, the Vikings defense. Smith, Gladney, Cameron, Patrick Peterson, Javier Woods injured, Sullivan, Nickerson, Hairston, Hand, Metellus, Bynum, Boyd, Wilcox, Kenny Moore, Tell, Gilmore, Blackman, McLeod, Brown, Rogers, Faxon, Redmond, Armani Watts. And then you got the linebackers, Bobby, EJ, Glasgow, Leonard, Hay, Banaugi, Dayu, Franklin, King. For the Vikings, Connolly, Lynch, Surratt, Kendricks, Hunter, Hicks, Weatherly, DJ, Die, Matapa, Die, Jones, Robinson, Kenny, Frederick Smith. There's your defense.
Knocking on the door, first and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's 26-year-old quarterback who's in his 14th NFL season with former MVP Matt Ryan.
And when you start with listing a guy's accomplishments like Matt Ryan's, all these years in the league, near the top of the league in completions and percentage, touchdowns each and every year, has won an MVP, taking his team to the Super Bowl. You're talking about a guy who might be finished, but he still has gas left in the tank. Big right arm, great leader, the face of this franchise.
And that's caught by the Tyree Branson. Armin at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And to me, what's important right here on this drive is that they get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Ryan. And that's into the hands of Cox, the tight end. He'll be here down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they're going to have a mindset going in. The discussion we had with the coaching staff was, you may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready. Each and every time they're trying to get us ahead. They're trying to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The throw is Ryan. Throw going to be caught left side here by Branson. Throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, let's keep going. My Equifax experience, before you actually play the game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him, wherever we go. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. That is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. That's caught left side by Narro. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Defensively, they better figure something out. He already has 4 catches.
They're going to have to figure out how to stop him defensively. That usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
Yeah, he is going to have the Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Ryan will throw again. He's got Branson as tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We see quite a bit of the short passing game here early in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, but we can watch that one baseball for this team, because you've got to have a short game until they stop it. And if they're not there to stop it, keep going. Your game. So they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers. Now you go over the top, take it deep, and then get some of those big shots downfield. You have to ask the question, what was the hell? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
First and
down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out.
Now the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Second and a mile.
And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins under pressure, and they're going to throw him again. Grover Stewart, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Sack, they'll come up now, third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here's Jordan Berry now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And here's Rodgers on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 50-40-yard punt. And the Colts are on their offense here, first and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to go out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They got momentum. And they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
First carry out for the forward Badger, Jonathan Taylor. He did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
They snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Cousins. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't.
Trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys. Already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. The Colts are not getting it. Down he goes. Robert Stewart, his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
That one was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up. it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they have a hungry for. Time to shake things up a little bit and try to get this offense moving.
So how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called it and realize it hasn't worked so well. And maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that if you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you get ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
They really need to get something going, didn't they? They've punted in the last 2 possessions. The running game is starting to come to the front for them. Provide a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down, here's the run with Cook. That's a lot of work. Well, he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. 9 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten this thing off to a hot start. Boy, the word with Dalvin Cook, he is explosiveness. I'm not sure there's anybody in the league that has the acceleration that he does, and he put it to good effect there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. They'll run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? One opposed will run the defense. He's had 5 straight runs.
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Only no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and come back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. So all the practice and down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you